Hold on. Before you start your engine today, there is something you absolutely must hear. Because if you get behind the wheel without knowing what I am about to tell you, you could be handed an instant fine before you even reach the end of your street. I am not exaggerating. This is not a drill. This is happening right now, today, across the United Kingdom, and millions of drivers have no idea. So stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I am about to share could save you hundreds of pounds, your license, and in some cases, your freedom. Welcome back. If you are a driver in the UK, whether you have been driving for 30 years or just passed your test last week, this video is for you. Today we are breaking down the brand new rule that has just come into force, what it means for you practically, how enforcement is going to work, what the fines look like, and most importantly, how to make sure you are never caught out. Stick around until the end, because I have also got some crucial tips that most people will not tell you, and they could be the difference between keeping your license and losing it. So let us get straight into it. The UK government and the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, along with local councils and police forces across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, have rolled out updated enforcement guidelines and in some cases entirely new rules around mobile phone use, clean air zones, lane discipline, and vehicle safety checks. These are not rumours. These are confirmed changes, some already in active enforcement, and others ramping up as of today. Let us start with the one that is catching the most drivers off guard right now. Mobile phone use at the wheel has already been heavily penalised for years, but the rules have been tightened even further. You probably thought you knew the rule. You thought as long as you were not holding the phone to your ear, you were fine. You thought using it at a red light was okay. You thought a quick glance at your sat-nav app was acceptable. You were wrong on all of those counts, and police are now actively targeting every single one of these behaviours. The current law makes it illegal to hold and use a mobile phone while driving. That includes texting, scrolling, taking photos, checking notifications, and yes, even briefly picking it up when stationary at traffic lights or stuck in a queue. The moment your engine is running and you are in control of that vehicle, if you pick up that phone, you are committing an offence. Fixed penalty notices are set at £100 and 3 penalty points. But here is where it gets really serious. If the matter goes to court, which it can and does, you could face a fine of up to £1,000. New drivers who have held their license for less than 2 years will have their license revoked automatically if they receive 6 or more points. That means one offence close to the limit could wipe out everything they have worked for. And the enforcement is not just coming from police officers watching you manually. Speed cameras, mobile enforcement vans, and increasingly, AI-powered detection cameras are being rolled out across UK roads right now. These cameras can detect handheld phone use through your windscreen at speed. You might not even see the camera. You might not know you have been caught until a letter arrives at your door days later. This is the reality of driving in the UK in 2025 and beyond. There is nowhere to hide. Now let us talk about clean air zones, because this is where thousands of drivers are being caught completely off guard every single day, and the fines are happening automatically, instantly, with no warning. Clean air zones, or CAZs, are now active in many UK cities including Birmingham, Bath, Bristol, Bradford, Portsmouth, Sheffield, and more are expanding. London already has the ultra-low emission zone, the ULEZ, which covers an enormous area of the capital. The rules are simple in theory. If your vehicle does not meet the required emission standards, you pay a daily charge to drive in the zone. If you do not pay, you get fined. If you did not know the zone existed, you still get fined. Ignorance is not a defense. Here is what makes this so dangerous for ordinary drivers. The zones are expanding. Their boundaries are changing. The standards are tightening. A vehicle that was compliant last year may not be compliant today. A road you drove every day for years may now be inside a zone. And the cameras are everywhere, reading your number plate automatically, cross-referencing your vehicle against the database, and issuing a penalty charge notice in the post if you have not paid. The daily charge in London for non-compliant cars is £12.50. Miss it and the fine is £180, reduced to £90 if you pay within 2 weeks. That can stack up shockingly fast if you are commuting through the zone regularly without realizing. Some drivers have racked up thousands of pounds in penalties over the course of just a few weeks simply because they did not check whether their vehicle was compliant or whether they needed to pay a charge. What you need to do right now is go to the official government website and check your vehicle against the relevant clean air zone requirements for any city you regularly drive in or through. It takes less than 5 minutes and it could save you an enormous amount of money and stress. Now let us move on to lane discipline, because this is another area where enforcement has been quietly ramping up and drivers are being caught. Specifically, we are talking about middle lane hogging on motorways. This has been a legal offence since 2013 under careless driving laws, but enforcement has been inconsistent. Recently, however, Highways England and various police forces have confirmed a renewed push to tackle it. Middle lane hogging is when a driver sits in the middle lane of a motorway without moving over to the left lane when it is clear and safe to do so. The left lane is the default lane. The middle and right lanes are overtaking lanes. You should only be in them when you are actively overtaking. If you are caught hogging the middle lane, you can receive a £100 fixed penalty notice and 3 penalty points, all without ever having to go to court. Officers can issue these on the spot. With the increased number of traffic officers on motorways and the use of camera vans, the chances of being caught are higher than they have ever been. This sounds simple, but the number of drivers who do it every single day is staggering. It causes unnecessary congestion, it frustrates other road users, and now it is costing people real money and points on their license. The rule is straightforward. Stay left and less overtaking. Once you have passed, move back to the left. That is it. While we are on the topic of motorways, let us talk about smart motorways and the rules that many drivers are still getting wrong even after years of these roads being in operation. On smart motorways, the hard shoulder is often used as a running lane during busy periods. The rules about when you can and cannot use it are controlled by overhead gantry signs. When a red X appears above a lane, that lane is closed. You must not drive in it. This is not a suggestion. It is a legal requirement. Driving in a lane marked with a red X is an offence that can result in a fixed penalty of £100 and 3 penalty points. Cameras on smart motorways are highly sophisticated and they operate automatically. They do not need a police officer to be present. They read your number plate, they note the time and location, they cross-reference it against the gantry signal data, and a notice arrives in the post. Hundreds of drivers every month are caught doing this, often because they simply did not look up at the signs, or they assumed the red X was a temporary glitch, or they followed the car in front without thinking. Always obey the gantry signs. Always look up. Always stay aware of your lane status on a smart motorway. Here is another one that is catching drivers out, and this one involves something many people do not even realize they are obligated to do. Vehicle safety checks. Under UK law, you are responsible for ensuring your vehicle is roadworthy every single time you drive it. This includes checking your tires, your lights, your windscreen, your mirrors, and your brakes. If you are stopped by police or involved in an accident and your vehicle is found to have a defect, you can be fined and prosecuted regardless of whether you knew about the defect. Tire offences are particularly common. Each tire found to be below the legal minimum tread depth of 1.6 mm across the central 3/4 of the tread around the full circumference can result in a fine of up to £2,500 and 3 penalty points per tire. That is £10,000 and 12 points if all 4 tires are below the limit. For a new driver, that is an automatic ban. Checking your tires takes 30 seconds. Running a coin across the tread, checking for obvious bulges or cuts, and making sure the pressure is correct can make the difference between a clean drive and a life-altering fine. Do it regularly. Do it today. We also need to talk about driving without insurance, which remains one of the most serious offences on UK roads and one that continues to catch people out in ways they do not expect. It is not just about having insurance. It is about making sure your insurance is valid for the use you are making of the vehicle. Many drivers do not realize that their policy may not cover them for business use if they are driving to a client meeting. Some drivers borrow a vehicle assuming they are covered under someone else's policy, and they are not. Some people let their policy lapse by even a single day and then drive, not realizing the cover has expired. The Motor Insurance Bureau database, linked to the police's ANPR, automatic number plate recognition, cameras, can identify uninsured vehicles in real time. Officers can stop you on the spot, seize your vehicle, and issue a fixed penalty of £300 with 6 penalty points. In court, an unlimited fine is possible and you can receive a disqualification. Always know your policy. Always check it covers your specific use. Always renew before it expires, not after. Let us bring everything together here. The UK is in the middle of a significant tightening of road law enforcement. The tools available to authorities are more advanced than ever. The appetite for issuing fines and penalties is higher than it has been in years. And the burden on drivers to stay informed has never been greater. Here is a quick summary of everything you need to do right now. Put your phone completely out of reach before you start driving, or use a properly mounted hands-free system that you do not need to touch. Check whether any city you drive in regularly has a clean air zone and whether your vehicle is compliant. If you are on a motorway, stay in the left lane unless you are overtaking and always return to it promptly. On smart motorways, always obey the overhead gantry signs, especially red X signals. Check your tires and lights regularly. Know your insurance policy inside and out and make sure it covers every journey you make. These are not complicated things. They are habits. Build them now and you will never have to worry about an unexpected fine landing on your doormat ever again. The roads are changing. The laws are changing. The enforcement is changing. And as a driver, staying informed is not optional, it is essential. We cover everything you need to know to stay safe, stay legal, and stay out of trouble on UK roads. If this video has been useful to you, if it has opened your eyes to even one thing you did not know before, then please give it a like and share it with every driver you know. Because this information could genuinely save someone serious money, serious stress, and in some cases, their driving license entirely. And if you want to keep getting updates like this, the kind that actually matter, the kind that cut through the noise and tell you exactly what you need to know, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification so you never miss a video. I post regularly about UK road law updates, driving tips, and everything that affects you as a driver in this country. Join the community. Stay informed. And drive safe out there. Subscribe to my channel and stay ahead of every rule change before it costs you.